Welcome to LEGO Constructions. We are so excited to have you join us, and we look forward to working safely and efficiently together. At LEGO Constructions, safety is our top priority. Following the rules is essential to make sure that both you and your coworkers are safe every day. Our safety policies are aligned with OSHA standards, which are designed to protect everyone in the workplace. Following these guidelines ensures a safe work environment for everyone. In this orientation, we'll cover essential topics like personal protective equipment, fall protection, fire prevention, and more. This is just the start of what you need to know to work safely. Each topic will be discussed in more detail throughout the training. We encourage you to follow all safety guidelines and never hesitate to ask questions or report any hazards. Safety is a shared responsibility, and together we can make sure everyone goes home safe every day. Thank you for being a part of the LEGO Constructions team. Let's work together to build safely and responsibly. Throughout the video, clear subtitles are shown to ensure accessibility for all viewers. Following our rules and policies, this video does not replace the training that every worker must complete before accessing our projects. Remember to present your certifications at the time of registration and refrain from carrying out tasks for which you have not been properly trained and certified.
Hey everyone! Before you step foot on any LEGO Constructions project, there's something super important we need to cover. Today, we're talking about something that's a really big deal: your safety. You guessed it, I'm talking about personal protective equipment, or PPE for short. Now you might be thinking, yeah, I know about PPE. But here's the thing, PPE is mandatory 100% of the time on the job site, no exceptions. First up, let's talk hard hats. Your hard hat is your best friend out here. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Wear it and wear it right. It could literally save your life. Next up, safety glasses. Your eyes are important. Whether you're cutting, grinding, or even just walking around the site, keep those safety glasses on. Trust me, you don't want to risk your vision. Reflective clothing is another big one. You need to be visible at all times, especially in low light. High visibility vests or jackets are a must. It's all about staying safe and being seen. Now, let's not forget about gloves. Your hands are your tools. Protect them with the right gloves for the job. Cut resistant, heat resistant, chemical resistant, whatever you need, make sure you're wearing them. And of course, steel toe boots. These aren't just any boots. They're designed to protect your feet from heavy objects and sharp debris. Steel toe, composite toe, whatever you prefer, just make sure they're on your feet. Now, let's talk about some special cases: respiratory and hearing protection. When the Activity Hazard Analysis, AHA, calls for it, wear that respiratory protection. Dust, fumes, and harmful particles are no joke. Same goes for hearing protection. Loud noises can cause long-term damage. When the AHA says it's needed, make sure you're wearing earplugs or earmuffs. Remember, PPE isn't just about following the rules. It's about making sure you go home safe and sound every single day. So be prepared, stay alert, and protect yourselves 100% of the time. Stay safe and keep building those dreams.
Construction is a really important job, but it comes with some serious risks. Falls are one of the biggest reasons why people get hurt badly or even die on construction sites, and they often happen very quickly when you least expect it. These accidents can change the lives of workers and their families forever. The numbers are alarming. They show how important it is to be proactive and protect ourselves from falls. Every worker deserves to go back home safe and sound to their families at the end of the day. Falls can cause very serious injuries like broken bones, spinal cord injuries, traumatic brain injuries, and even death. These accidents also cost a lot of money: medical bills, lost wages, and rehabilitation. But you can't put a price on the human cost. Families are broken, lives are changed forever, and the emotional scars can last even longer than the physical ones. We need to face this problem head-on and build a safety culture where preventing falls is the top priority. This means that everyone needs to be involved, employers, workers, and regulators. By working together, we can drastically reduce the number of falls and make construction sites safer for everyone. Remember, safety is not just a box to check, it's everyone's responsibility, and we must be committed to it. Before you start any task on a construction site, especially if you're working up high, you need to check for risks. This means figuring out what could be dangerous, how likely it is that something bad could happen, and how serious it would be if it did. Then, you need to take steps to be safe. Don't assume something is safe just because it seems easy or because you've done it a million times before. Every situation is different, and new dangers can pop up at any time. Think about things like how high up you are, what the ground is like where you're working, if there are any holes or edges, and what tools and equipment you're using. When you take the time to think about the risks, you can make smart choices about the safest way to do things. That way you keep yourself and your coworkers safe. At LEGO Constructions, we have a zero-tolerance policy for safety violations, especially when it comes to fall protection. We believe that all accidents are preventable, and we are committed to providing our workers with the training, equipment, and resources they need to stay safe on the job, from identifying hazards and assessing risks, to the correct use and inspection of safety equipment.
Railings. Our first line of defense. At LEGO Constructions, safety railings are essential to prevent falls on our job sites. All railings must be at least 42 inches tall from the work surface, built strong enough to withstand 200 pounds of pressure or more. Railings must include 3 parts: a top rail, a mid-rail, and a toe board at the bottom to prevent objects from falling. Remember, it is forbidden to remove or modify railings without permission from estate general contractors. Any changes put your safety and the safety of your coworkers at risk. Removable railings must have the proper signs, and only trained fall protection workers can remove them, if necessary. In addition, railings will be equipped with safety nets. These nets are essential to prevent materials or tools from falling. That's why it's important to take care of them. Don't remove them without permission, and report any damaged railings or railings that don't have the proper safety nets. Railings are not optional. Let's follow the rules to stay safe.
During construction, lots of holes are made in the floor. Some of them can be really big. Working near these holes without covering them is really dangerous for everyone. Openings in the floor at work sites might seem like a small problem, but they're one of the biggest causes of injuries at work. Falling through an unmarked or uncovered hole can cause serious injuries or even death. Every year, tons of accidents happen because someone thought an open floor wasn't a big deal. It's not just about being careful, it's about following the rules that keep us all safe. So what should you do? First, always make sure that floor openings are covered with strong materials and clearly marked. Just covering the hole with cardboard or a thin sheet of wood isn't enough. It needs to be completely covered with a very strong material to be safe. Also, the cover should be attached to the floor with nails or screws so it doesn't move around. It's a good idea to mark the cover with bright paint and add words like "danger" in a spot where everyone can see it. This helps everyone understand how risky these situations are. Don't walk on these covers. Even if they look strong and are installed correctly, there's no reason to take a chance. Sometimes taking a few extra steps to avoid stepping on them will keep you safe. This isn't just a suggestion, it's a requirement. LEGO Constructions has strict rules. Workers are absolutely not allowed to remove any floor covering without being told they can. When you get permission to remove a cover, remember to block off the work area and tell everyone working nearby about the danger. Also, the workers doing the job must wear safety equipment to prevent falls. Once the job is done, you need to put the cover back. If you created the danger, it's your job to fix it. Ignoring this rule doesn't just put you in danger, it puts everyone on the site at risk. Remember, taking shortcuts and ignoring safety rules can cause injuries that will change your life. Don't be the person who thought it wouldn't happen to them. Your safety and the safety of your coworkers depend on everyone following these rules. Cover it, mark it, and most importantly, respect the rules. stay safe, and let's make sure all workers go home safe at the end of the day. Because when it comes to workplace safety, there are no second chances.
Let's talk about ladders and how to avoid getting hurt on the job. First things first, daily inspections are a must. Look for cracks, bent steps, and loose screws. If something doesn't look right, don't use it. Next up, remember the golden rule. Always maintain 3 points of contact. That means 2 hands and 1 foot, or 2 feet and 1 hand on the ladder at all times. It's like having a safety net without the net. And don't forget to always place your ladder on a stable and level surface. Don't cut corners. Shaky ladders lead to shaky work. Never overreach. If you need to reach further, your ladder is probably in the wrong spot. Move it and save yourself the trouble. Finally, secure the top and bottom of the ladder to prevent any unexpected slips. A simple tie-down can make all the difference. You should use ladders in good condition at all times, without exception. Although ladders can be a great help in your work, they can also quickly become a source of accidents, which you should always avoid. Ladders must be made of non-conductive material and placed on a flat, stable surface, free of trash, materials, or tools at the base. Don't climb with materials or tools in your hands. Use the right ladder for the type of work you're doing. If you need to step on the last step or the ladder cap, you should get a taller ladder. Ladders in poor condition must be removed from the project. They cannot be repaired or modified in any way, including the addition of supports or other elements. Stay alert, stay safe, and remember, every climb starts with a solid foundation.
If you need to use a harness, you must first be properly trained and certified. Do not use a harness, or put yourself at risk of falling if you don't have the proper training. It's a mistake that could cost you dearly. Let's talk about safety harnesses. Using them correctly is essential for your safety. Your personal fall arrest system includes 3 key elements. First, the harness. Check it daily before using it. It's your obligation and responsibility to inspect your harness, connector, and anchor point. Check the straps, buckles, and connection points. Make sure you put it on correctly, just like you learned in your training. If you use your harness incorrectly, the consequences can be very serious. Next, the connector. At LEGO Constructions, we use self-retracting lifelines, also known as yo-yos. If you need a different type, ask your supervisor for approval first. Finally, the anchor point. It must be chosen by a person certified as competent in fall protection, 16 hours. Remember, it must hold 5,000 pounds. It's like tying a big truck to a point on the building. And sometimes, some structures may seem very solid and resistant, but you could be wrong. That's why only personnel competent in fall protection can select anchor points. Falls generate immense forces, even from small heights. To use a personal fall arrest system, you must be properly trained. According to our policies, you need at least the 4-hour fall protection end-user training. If you are not trained, do not do it. Remember, the harness is your last line of defense. Always use the equipment correctly and follow company policies to protect your life and the lives of your colleagues. Be a good teammate and perform a mutual inspection when working together. Hey there, construction champs, let's get rolling with another essential safety talk. Today I'm here to talk to you about something super important, staying safe from caught-in/between hazards at work. These hazards aren't just minor inconveniences, they can be life-threatening if not handled properly. This is one of OSHA's Fatal 4 hazards, meaning it's a leading cause of injuries on construction sites every year. Understanding and mitigating these risks is crucial for maintaining a safe work environment. So what exactly are caught-in/between hazards? These occur when a worker gets caught, crushed, or injured between 2 or more objects. This can happen in various scenarios, like between heavy machinery, collapsing structures, or even between materials that are being moved. Well, they happen when a worker gets trapped, crushed, or hurt between 2 or more objects. The consequences can be severe, ranging from minor injuries to, sadly, even fatalities. Understanding these hazards and recognizing them can make a world of difference in your safety. Being proactive and aware can prevent many accidents before they even occur. OSHA has laid down some serious rules and standards to help minimize these risks. These guidelines are designed to protect you and your coworkers from harm. It's crucial that you always stick to the safety protocols and guidelines that are in place for your work environment. These rules aren't just suggestions, they're mandatory for your safety. One of the best ways to avoid these hazards is by being aware of your surroundings. Constant vigilance can help you identify potential hazards before they become serious problems. You should always know where you are in relation to heavy machinery and other workers. This awareness can prevent you from accidentally putting yourself in a dangerous situation. This simple habit can be a lifesaver. Let's talk about gear. Proper safety gear is your first line of defense against many hazards. Wearing reflective clothing is a must. It makes you visible to heavy machinery operators, significantly reducing the chances of an accident. High visibility gear ensures you're seen even in low light conditions. It makes you visible to heavy machinery operators, significantly reducing the chances of an accident. Communication is key, folks. Clear and constant communication can prevent misunderstandings that lead to accidents. Always stay in contact with machine operators. Use hand signals, radios, or other communication tools to stay connected. Clear communication is essential to ensure everyone's safety, especially when equipment is in operation. Lack of communication can lead to dangerous situations, so always double-check that the message is understood. Don't ignore those project signs around the site. These signs are there for a reason. They provide crucial information about potential hazards and safe practices. Take a moment to read them, it's worth it. Ignoring these signs can have serious consequences. These signs are your guide to staying safe on the job. And then, there's danger tape. Those markings indicate areas that could pose a risk. They're not just for decoration, they're there to keep you safe. Those markings indicate areas that could pose a risk. Always respect these boundaries and stay clear of marked hazard zones. Crossing those lines can put you in immediate danger. Always respect these boundaries and stay clear of marked hazard zones. Your safety depends on it. I know caught in slash between hazards might seem like a small issue compared to other dangers out there, but trust me, staying alert is essential. These hazards can escalate quickly, turning a routine task into a life-threatening situation. Accidents can happen easily if you're not paying attention. Stay alert, follow OSHA regulations and communicate effectively to prevent caught in slash between accidents. Your proactive attitude can make all the difference. Your safety is in your hands. Thanks for listening, everyone. Remember, safety is a team effort and each of us plays a vital role. Let's work together to keep our work environment safe. By looking out for one another, we can ensure everyone goes home safe and sound at the end of the day. Take care, champs. Your vigilance and adherence to safety protocols are what keep our job sites accident-free. If you think safety is someone else's job, think again. Let's talk about how to avoid getting hit by objects on a construction site. Struck by accidents are one of the 4 leading causes of death in construction. These incidents happen when workers are hit by an object, a piece of equipment, or even a vehicle. But don't worry, LEGO Constructions has your back. First things first, always wear your helmet. It's your first line of defense against falling objects. LEGO Constructions makes sure all their workers have top-notch safety equipment. Next, stay alert when you're working near heavy machinery. Make eye contact with the operators and never assume they see you. LEGO Constructions trains their team to communicate clearly on site and avoid these dangers. Follow OSHA regulations, like keeping a safe distance from suspended loads and using barricades to mark hazardous areas. At LEGO Constructions, safety meetings and risk assessments are routine. Remember, your safety isn't just about following the rules, it's about protecting yourself and your co-workers. LEGO Constructions is committed to a safe work environment, making sure everyone gets home safe and sound. Enter the project only through authorized areas with visible signs. So let's keep our heads up, stay alert, and work smart. You know me, I've seen a lot in tough jobs. Construction sites? They are a magnet for disasters, especially when it comes to fires. We're talking about flammable materials everywhere, sparks from tools, and sometimes even open flames. It's playing with fire if we don't take fire prevention seriously. One spark, one mistake, and everything can go up in flames. We're talking about people's lives, their livelihoods. That's why preventing fires on a construction site isn't just another rule. It's the difference between a job well done and a tragedy. We've all seen the aftermath of a fire, and it's not pretty. Lives lost, buildings destroyed, and the emotional impact on everyone. It's a harsh reminder. Safety should never be secondary on a construction site. So, Let's go through it step by step and make sure we're all on the same page to keep these sites safe. Trust me, it's a conversation worth having. Now let's talk about hot work. Welding, cutting, grinding, anything that produces sparks or has a flame. These things are essential on a construction site, but they are also a significant fire hazard. That's where the hot work permit comes in. Think of it as your red line. It's a document that says you've identified the risks, taken precautions, and have authorization to proceed. Before lighting a torch, you need a hot work permit. No exceptions. This permit is not just paperwork. It's a crucial step to prevent fires. It forces you to think about the risks, assess the environment, and take precautions. Remember, safety is not to slow you down. It's to help you do the job right. And getting that permit is the first step. Alright, let's talk about protecting ourselves. With fires on a construction site, personal protective equipment, PPE, is your best friend. We're talking about fire-resistant clothing, gloves, glasses, the whole set. Remember, your skin is your first defense against burns. And let's not forget the fire extinguishers. They must be available and within reach at all times. Everyone should know where they are and how to use them. The right extinguisher for the job, knowing how it works, and ensuring it's inspected. It's not enough to have them hanging, they must be ready to use. Remember, in a fire, every second counts. The right PPE and knowing how to use an extinguisher can make the difference between a scare and a disaster. Now about fire extinguishers. They are lifesavers, not decorations. I've seen these things used as doorstops. That's not acceptable. Inspect your extinguisher before starting work. Fire extinguishers should always be within reach. They should be checked regularly like any safety equipment. Don't use them unless there's a fire. Every worker should have their extinguisher provided by their employer. It's their responsibility. If you see a damaged, blocked, or missing extinguisher, report it immediately. Remember, they are there for a reason. They can save your life. They are our first line of defense against fires, and we must treat them with respect. Excavations are an important part of construction. We dig holes for foundations, pipes, and more. This work is important, but it can also be dangerous if we're not careful. Excavations come with serious risks. One major concern is cave-ins. The earth walls can collapse, trapping workers underneath. This can cause serious injuries or even death. Another danger is hitting underground utilities. There might be gas lines, power lines, or water pipes hidden below. Hitting one of these could be disastrous. Barricades are essential around any excavation site. They create a clear barrier, warning people to stay away from the edge. Barricades should be sturdy and visible. They need to be strong enough to prevent someone from accidentally falling in. Your site's competent person. Every excavation site needs a competent person. This person is essential for maintaining safety and efficiency in the workplace. This is a person trained to identify and control hazards. Their knowledge and experience are crucial for preventing accidents. They inspect the site, make sure safety measures are in place, and stop work if something isn't safe. Their presence ensures that everyone follows safety regulations. The competent person is fundamental. No excavation can be carried out without a competent person taking care of everyone's safety. Their dedication and constant vigilance are invaluable. They play a vital role in preventing accidents. Without them, construction sites would be much more dangerous. Reinforcing safety. Protection against collapses. In this section, we'll explore the essential measures to prevent collapses on construction sites. To prevent collapses, we use protective systems. These systems are crucial for maintaining the integrity of excavations and the safety of workers. These systems support the walls of the excavation, preventing the earth from shifting and causing accidents. One common system is shoring, which uses timber or metal supports to hold back the earth. This method is effective and widely used in the industry. Another option is sloping, where the walls are cut at an angle to prevent collapse. This method is ideal for certain types of soil and conditions. The competent person decides which system is best for each excavation, evaluating soil conditions and other critical factors to ensure safety. Staying safe. More tips for excavation work. Here are more ways to stay safe during excavations. Always follow safety instructions and participate in safety meetings before starting any work. Never enter a trench without protection. Make sure protective barriers are in place and adequate. Wear a hard hat, safety glasses, and reflective safety clothing at all times. This equipment is essential to protect yourself from potential injuries. Use ladders to enter and exit excavations, never jump. Jumping can cause serious injuries. Keep heavy equipment at a safe distance from the edge. This prevents trench collapse and protects workers. Be aware of your surroundings and potential hazards. Constant vigilance can prevent accidents. At LEGO Constructions, building with safety first. Safety is our top priority. We follow strict protocols to protect our workers during excavations and all construction activities. We believe every worker deserves to go home safe and sound at the end of the day. Remember, no job is worth doing at the expense of safety.
At LEGO Constructions, safety is our top priority. Electrical hazards are something we take very seriously. We have a zero-tolerance policy for unsafe behavior around electricity. Any worker or supervisor who breaks electrical safety rules will be retrained or removed from the project permanently. Did you know that OSHA says electrical hazards are one of the 4 biggest dangers in construction? It's a leading cause of injuries and deaths on job sites. Never work on electrical circuits that are turned on. Before you start any electrical work, make sure the power is off, and double-check that there's no electricity. Always follow lockout/tagout procedures to be extra safe. Only qualified electricians are allowed to enter electrical rooms, open electrical panels, or touch outlets and wiring. No other workers are allowed to do these tasks. During construction, electricians will set up temporary power and lighting. Only electricians can fix or change these electrical connections. Never touch or change the project's electrical system. It's your job to tell your supervisor if you don't have enough light or power for your tools. Check your extension cords. They need to be heavy-duty, 12 or 14 gauge, and have no damage, exposed wires, or missing insulation. Also, the ground pin has to be in good shape. Never try to fix extension cords. Keep extension cords out of the way so people don't trip over them, and keep them away from water. Inspect your power tools and never change their electrical connections. Don't overload outlets. This can cause a short circuit or a fire. Remember, if someone gets an electrical shock, call 911 right away and tell the supervisor. Electricity is not a game. At LEGO Constructions, your safety comes first. Follow these rules and stay safe.
Hey everyone! Today I want to go over some essential rules for working on our construction projects here at LEGO Constructions. These rules are designed to keep you safe and ensure our projects run smoothly. So, let's dive right in. First up, let's talk about: it's crucial to maintain respect for your colleagues and supervisors. Any act of disrespect isn't tolerated here. If you find yourself in a difficult situation, step back and report it to the LEGO Construction superintendent immediately. Next, proper training is mandatory. It's your employer's responsibility to provide the necessary training for your tasks. For instance, if you're going to operate a forklift, you need to be trained and certified. Remember, all workers must have OSHA 10, and supervisors must have OSHA 30. Now, let's talk about activity hazard analysis. Before starting any work, a preparatory meeting is held to review the AHA, which must be approved by our safety department. This meeting is vital to understand and control potential risks during your work. Procedures are another critical aspect. In our projects, compliance with procedures like the hot work permit is mandatory. If you're uncertain about any procedure, consult the project superintendent. Failing to follow procedures can lead to suspension or permanent removal from the project. Also remember that our projects are strictly drug and weapon-free. Bringing or carrying these items onto our projects is strictly prohibited. For those working on school remodeling projects, it's mandatory to have a school badge. This badge must be obtained through your employer. Any worker found on school property without the badge will be immediately removed from the project without any opportunity to return. Smoking is another no-go. It's prohibited within our projects as it's harmful to health and a fire hazard. Violations will not be tolerated. Lastly, let's talk safety rules and PPE use. Safety rules are mandatory, and PPE, like safety glasses, must be worn at all times. Even if you're just walking within the project, PPE is a must. Failure to comply with our safety policies can result in immediate suspension. And one final reminder, never perform tasks for which you haven't been properly trained. Doing so puts your safety and your job at risk. Thanks for your commitment to safety, and let's keep our projects running smoothly and safely.